Hey guys, hold on just a second and let me get this. Hey, so I hope everyone is having a good extended vacay, I guess is what you could say. I hope everyone is well and you've avoided Rona. So, what I want to do today in this video is just introduce you to Scratch. Scratch is a programming software. It's kind of like a beginner program. And I just want to kind of show you how to get there, kind of show you the screen and how to look at different things that have been created so you can kind of get ideas about what you can be doing on your own with Scratch. So just kind of hang with me because I'm still getting used to doing this, recording and showing you my screen and such. So I hope it goes fairly smoothly anyway. So what I'm going to do first, you can find Scratch just by going to Google and doing a search for Scratch. And usually it's the first thing that pops up. It's going to be scratch.mit.edu. And so when you open the program, this is your home screen. And you've got several things here. You can look and read about Scratch. It's got a little intro video that you can watch. You can join and create an account if you want to have an account to save your work. And usually when we are in class, that's what we do. And you join my classroom. But since this is officially not school time, I'm just going to kind of show you around, and you don't have to. You don't have to do that. You don't have to join a classroom. So up at the top, you'll notice create, and that's if you want to jump straight into writing your code. Explore, that gives you the chance to look at some work that other students have posted, and there's tons and tons of projects online that you can look at that students have submitted. Now, when you're looking at these, just keep in mind some are good, some maybe not so good, but this is still a way to share your work. Now, something else that you want to keep in mind, one thing that I'm going to show you is how to look at the code of other projects. But in doing so, you always want to remember integrity, and you don't want to copy other people's work because put yourself in their position. If you're creating a project and you want credit for that, you don't want someone else to go and copy it and say, oh, well, I created this, when that's not the truth. So just keep that in mind, okay, when you're working. You can also have an ideas tab. You have an about that tells you all about Scratch. So I want to click on explore for just a moment. And this is what I was talking about. This is going to show you all kinds of projects. Now you can filter it, according to what kind of project you want to look at. You can look at animations, art, games, music, stories, and then you have tutorials. And that's a good source to go to when you're starting out, especially if you kind of and maybe play around with it or not quite understanding things. You can always click on the tutorials. And then it's going to show you different tutorials on how to do things. For instance, how to make a round square. And that's just rounding your corner. So it gets, just simple things like that to I was trying to find how to draw water. So it's just different things. Then the next video that I'm going to show you, we'll look at the Create tab. Okay, guys, so on this part of the video, I want to show you just how to get to some of the projects that's already been created and how to look at the code on that, because sometimes when we're trying to think of things for our own projects, we might get stuck. And so you can kind of browse and see and get ideas for things that you like, and see how that was accomplished in a certain project. But again, don't copy someone else's code. We want to maintain integrity, so we don't want to copy anyone else's work and take credit for that. You want to do your own work, but it is okay to get ideas from other people's projects. So again, if you'll go to the Explore tab, and we're going to look at this little program right here, Super Stickman Dash. It's just a simple program, but again, I'm using it to kind of illustrate some things for you. So if you'll notice, when the program comes up, it's going to load for a second. But over on the right, when you create a project, you have the ability to leave instructions for the user and also any other notes and credits. So if you do get ideas from someone else's project, or you use graphics from a source online or something of that nature, always give credit for that, okay? Again, maintain integrity. So when it comes up, there's two things you need to notice. You have a green flag and you have a stop sign. So the green flag, of course, means play or run the program. And then the stop sign will actually stop. So in this one, it's very simple. Like I said, you're using buttons on the keyboard to jump, and I actually made it further that time than I did other tries. But anyway, you're just trying to jump onto the blocks and avoid the erasers. Again, very simple, okay? This is not a complicated game, but I just kind of wanted to show you some ideas to kind of get you to thinking about what all can be done in Scratch. So you can make this full screen if you want to play it. And then also over here, I want you to be able to go and see inside the project and see how they accomplished what they did with this program. So this brings us to the Scratch screen, okay? Some things that I wanted to point out are the different areas of the screen. This is your blocks. These are your blocks. This is what you're going to click and drag over into your script area. This is your script area. So all of these blocks together make your script, and that's what makes your program run. Now, when you're dragging and dropping, notice you have interlocking parts. And so you want to make sure that they do click together to keep it one action, to keep it rolling. Okay, and then over here, this is called your stage area. Let me see if I can get this. Okay, this is your stage area. And this is where you actually see the results of the script that you're creating. So when you take the blocks, you drag it over into the script area and they click together, and this is forming, the process. And when you click the green flag, you can run the program to see if it's doing what you want it to do. And this is where you will see the results of the script that you're putting together. Okay, if you will look up at your tabs up at the top, of course you have your code tab, and that's what it's showing you. It's showing you the blocks. And then you have your costume tab. And this is where you can edit your sprites. Now, sprites are the elements that you put into your program. And then you can edit your sounds that you include. You don't have to have sounds, but of course, your programs, you want to spice them up and make them interesting. So you would want to include sounds for most things.